It was year 2019 when we found this abandoned little angel outside our house. I knew right then and there that I was keeping him. Actually, this was my first time ever adopting a dog, but I just knew he was the one. The next day, we brought him to the vet, and the doctor said he's in good condition, he is healthy, he got his vaccinations, and he's good to go. After a week, we introduced him to my friend's rescued dogs, Pito and Siam, who was obsessed with him. They connected right away. They will play all day. They will chase each other. They even have their meals together. Sharky never shows signs of aggression. It didn't take long for his personality to come out. He is like a little kid. He is very playful and he has this amazing puppy energy. And he is curious about the world.
Oh, good boy.
The more we spent time together, I started to realize that he had a separation anxiety. He's scared to be left alone. He's always watching us, making sure we won't leave him. So my husband had this idea of taking him with us on the beach. It was exciting to see him out, enjoying life, and seeing that the world wasn't so scary. The first time I brought him to the beach, it was the most joyful thing to watch. Just dig and dig and dig holes on the sand, and he chased birds. It was so much fun to watch. I figured as a puppy, he was really curious and clever. I started teaching him tricks right away. It was a big part of our bonding process. So, training Sharky, I started with the basics. Sit, hand, high five, stay, wait, and so on. He's always happy to do tricks in exchange of treats.
Touch, mommy. Touch.
Having Sharky in my life is really life-changing. It is true that dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. Few months later, my husband got transferred to Manila for his work, so we had to relocate. We did everything we could to bring Sharky with us. So Sharky had his first ever domestic flight and he was checked in at the terminal ticket counter and flew in the cargo hold. The most difficult part was to look for a pet-friendly accommodation close to my husband's workplace. We found this condominium that allows medium-sized dogs. 6 days after moving in, COVID-19 lockdown happened. I could see how much Sharky was adapting to his new environment. We were all stuck at home and I'm just glad we have a dog. Because for me, a house is not a home without a dog. He is our energy booster, our little sunshine. The bond we have together still surprises me every day. We stayed in a condo for a couple of months until we decided to move again, but this time to a townhouse, a bigger house where Sharky will have a lot of space to run. All he wanted to do is play and play and play and play. He was so excited to see anyone that came over and wanted to give him attention. He's just the sweetest boy ever. stayed in a townhouse for a year, and after a year, my husband has to go back to Malaysia, his home country. We really hope to bring Sharky over to Malaysia, but of course, we don't know if we will be able to, especially in the midst of COVID-19 lockdown. Anyhow, we gathered the requirements and did what we could to prepare for his international travel, if it will happen. So we got his vaccinations, we got him neutered, he even had his microchip, his pet passport, and other required documents for the travel. It was not an easy ordeal as international travels were extremely restricted during the time due to COVID-19. So just think about leaving Sharky behind alone really breaks our hearts. For some people, he may be just a dog. To us, he's family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten.